Hi Stinkies! Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is actually, I think, the first time I'm recording a video actually explaining what I'm doing. This is pre-recorded. I'm not used to these things, so bear with me because this is gonna be a little bit awkward even for me. I am going to be recording my drag transformation from beginning to end. I will be showcasing every item that I'm using. If I forget, apologies, please comment down below and I will reply to you. Whatever I'm using, I will tell you. And I already know what kind of look I'm going to do because after I finished the look, I am going to be live streaming on Twitch. So it's not the same day as you see the video because the video is going to be edited later. I'm going to be playing that new Disney game. I've already recorded this 3 times and I forget about the name of the game every single time. Disney Dreamlight Valley. I've heard it's like a mix of Stardew Valley with Animal Crossing, but with cute characters from Disney. And I've seen some really cute characters from a few streamers that they created with a character customization. And I am very excited to create my little gay boy shorts fantasy. When it comes to my drag aesthetic, I always have loved the magical girl aesthetic, like sparkly, bubbly, bright, full colors. But sometimes I also go through the sexy, red, empowering kind of vibe, like the very dominant, powerful kind of, image. It's there's like, I feel like there's no in between. Sometimes I do look like a housewife. It comes by accident most of the times. But generally, I don't even know what makeup I'm gonna do on the day, on the spot. I just go with the flow. I'm a very open spirit to makeup, to drag, to whatever I am proposing. But I also think that my makeup is very me. So whatever look I'm doing, you probably can tell that it's me. So let's get it started. To support this video, I am using these 2 beautiful Elgato key lights. I have 2 on each side, on the left and on the right. And ever since I got them, mama, my makeup looks always like shiny, flawless, and beautiful. I am illuminated. And also I stream with a green screen, and since I got the lights, my green screen is way better than it used to be. So if you guys are ever curious to check Elgato products, if you are a streamer, if you plan on doing media content for TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, check the links down below. That will direct you to the Elgato store. Thank you, Thank you, Elgato. So there's 2 essential things that I need to even start doing my drag. One of them, music. I'm currently listening to Motomami Plus or Motomami Más. I don't know what they call it in Spanish. I'm a huge fan of Rosalia, and Motomami has been the best album of the year for me. I'm going to see her in November also. Music, and also my Kimchi Chic mirror by Kimchi. I got the lavender one because the mint one disappears on my green screen, because sometimes I'm streaming on Twitch and I'm doing makeup with a green screen already on, and of course it clashes. So it's just a empty hole, whatever I would show the mirror. So I got the lavender because I love both colors, and lavender is definitely one of my favorite colors ever. It's all dirty, I know. You will see throughout the video that probably everything I own is dirty. I'm a drag queen. Okay, I'm not a beauty guru or anything. I'm a drag queen. Drag queens are disgusting. And you will see that by the end of the video. So I'm going to be using the washable school glue from Elmer. This is to block my brows, and you will see how it works. First of all, apologies if the camera autofocus on the mirror. I know that sometimes that happens. I will check the final editing and stuff to see if it focuses or not. So I know this is like the first time I'm doing this, so I have no idea what I'm doing, honestly. So basically, with the glue, I go against the natural growth direction of my brows. So they grow obviously to the outside, and I go inwards so that the glue can actually reach my skin. Because that is the point. You want to have your brows glued to your skin. If I did just this, the hairs would just be gluing to each other and not to the skin. Maybe in the first hour it would be fine, but after that the hair would just be starting like popping out, and depending on the activity you're going to do as well. I do not perform on clubs or anything. I am a Twitch drag queen. I basically, this is my performance. This is where I perform. Oh my god. This is another issue of mine. I lose everything right in front of my face. As I was saying, I do not perform on clubs. Actually, my very first stage performance was on TwitchCon Amsterdam 2022. It was one of the best times of my life. And I do not perform on clubs or anything, not because I do not want to. It's something that I'm always like thinking of. It's just like in Portugal, it's not something that it's like, you know, you don't go to a bar and go, oh, can I perform here? You know, like there's not many places where you can just go there and perform. And also I'm shy as hell. Like I probably wouldn't go to a bar and go like, hey girl, I'm like a drag queen. Do you want me to like perform here? Like, as you can see, like I glue the brows as much as possible. And I clean around it. I'm going to do the same on this side. Another detail that I forgot to mention is that I use this little comb hairbrush. What do you call this in English? I don't know. It's very thin, like the teeth are very thin. It has glue from the times I've used it already, and it's dirty, obviously, one of them. And I use it to really like comb my my brows up, as you can see, because it will flatten them against your skin. So this is a great like trick, and you should be definitely following it. Your objective here is to make them as flat as possible, because you're going to be applying makeup on top of it. If there's like a lot of texture, it will just not look very good, and chances are is that the makeup won't be sitting like very well there. Also, if you guys are like new into drag or whatever, don't be too hard on yourself with the brows, especially with the brows. It took me a long time to really work the brows out, and sometimes I still flop. So right now I got my brows glued. As you can see, they're shiny, like the glue is still like slightly active, and I'm going to block them with the I don't know how to pronounce this, Benya Neutral Set Colorless Powder. I use this for my entire face, basically. Like so. If the glue is not like wet, it's just like enough to glue your powder on it, you can really push really hard so that the powder really sticks to the glue. Like, look at this, girl, mama. And then I clean it off a little bit. This is a trick I've discovered like ages ago. And listen, I am not a scientist, but I know this definitely helps. I'm using my, what is this? Athena painting palette. I bought this on Amazon. This is super cheap. I had a smaller version of this. It was actually called Imagic something. And I believe it's like a dupe for the, what is it called? Flash palette, I believe. I bought this because sometimes I like to do like colored faces, like pink, blue. They really help me to do certain kind of looks. And it also has the orange. With the orange, you go here with a brush, you put it on a beauty blender, and then you smash it against your brow. This. Again, I'm not a scientist. I know this helps blocking the pigment. It has something to do with color correction. It has something to do with color schemes and how the orange is directly up, like the opposite of whatever color is your brow and whatever. I don't know, girl. Just go Google it. I'm gonna Google it for you. I'm literally gonna Google it for you. Colors that are opposite of one another on the color wheel cancel each other. Green concealer cancels out red zits, purple concealer minimizes yellow spots, and orange concealer takes care of blue dark circles. If you apply this theory, then you can make your concealer work better for you. There we go. So basically, on your usually on your dark hairs, you have the blue tone on them, and that helps canceling that bluish you from your facial hair, basically. So get into it. Get into it. After you do like all of this, you go with the powder again. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. So drag is a personal journey, ultimately. The ways that I found to do my drag, it's the way that it works best for me, but they may not be the best for you. And this is what I love about art overall and drag. And this is what made me fall in love with drag just from the get-go. Is like, it's art, it's like an artistic moment, it's an expression. And however I decide to do mine, it's mine. Nobody can take that away from me. And nobody can tell me if it's right or wrong or whatever or whatever. Surely, it's like a diamond in a rough. We can line the edges to make it beautiful and shiny and da 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 da. At the end of the day, you just have to be happy with what you are doing. Even if you look busted as hell, if it increases your confidence, if you are happy with your final product, it is your drag. It is valid for you and it's not for anybody else. So, can we get an amen? I'm using Dermacol Filmstudio This foundation. This is the foundation that I'm using currently for my skin. The way I like to do my drag is to make my face an entire canvas. There you go, have fun with it. Well, now you can start spreading the foundation up and down. Foundation is really good. I used to use the Maybelline Superstay. You know, I watch a lot of videos of other makeup artists, especially drag queens, especially Trixie. A lot of the products she advises, I want to try them out because I grew as a drag artist. I pretty much grew on Twitch, so my only influences were the other queens on Twitch. I don't have like a lot of knowledge when it comes to like products and stuff. So the things that I know, it's the things that I try. Trixie explores a lot of viable and cheap products. Like the Superstay Maybelline was super cheap, so I was like, well, why shouldn't I try this, right? And I tried it for quite a lot of time. The thing that I was noticing though was that my skin around that time was very dry. So as I was applying makeup and like, not applying, but like, it oxidizes really fast, by the way, the Superstay Maybelline. But after like 1 hour-ish, my pores around this area were like screaming. They were like, hi girl, were we invited to the party? Hello? So I was like, I need to try something else because I don't feel like this foundation is the best for me because it's very dry against a dry skin. Maybe it's not the best because it's like, it's really drying me, you know? I opted for this very, very super creamy foundation, which is a Dermacol. It's full coverage, girl. Super full coverage. I mean, you know, there's some spots that I only barely touched. But bitch, this covers, okay? This covers really well. I don't know. Everybody compliments me on it, so I believe it's pretty good. I'm a simple person. I hear the compliments, I'm like, yes, girl. How do you think I got to this point? I've been doing drag for 3 years. And babies, the 2 first years, I look busted as hell. But you know what? My viewers on Twitch were like, yes, girl, oh my god, you're so hot. You're so, oh my god, you're giving, you're everything, you're eating, slay queen. And nowadays, I look at those looks, at those videos, those clips and everything, I'm like, I'm glad that there is growth. If you're not embarrassed or awkward, or if you don't feel weird about watching or looking at you like 2 or 3 years ago, it means that you really didn't grow. So be embarrassed, but be proud as well. At least I am. I'm proud of what I've done before. The amount of delusionalness that I had. Oh, sorry guys, I'm using the Fenty Beauty contour. This was a suggestion of a friend of mine. If it is 515 on Twitch. This is on the color Espresso number 5. I also have one on Mocha 03. This is like a darkest one because I really like, I feel like for drag just in general, you really need strong colors. I mean, I guess it depends on what kind of look you're going for. I go for anime, kinda. Like, I like to see drama on my face. I like to feel like I was doing drag, you know? Okay, maybe this is not a good a good expression, because like drag is different for everybody, but I like to feel that I spend time doing something different, you know. There's a lot of drag artists out there that, you know, do like a small cut crease, like this very beautiful cheek contour, like a little bit of overline on the lip, and they're like, yes, Kagatundra slayed queen, I look like a woman. And that's not exactly the fantasy that I ever went for. I do like all of that. I appreciate it, and I love to see it on other people. By the way, don't get me wrong. I do appreciate drag in all forms and shapes, but for me, I really like to see that, you know, that was a change in my face, in my structure, in like I was working for this, and it's dramatic. And surely there might be someone who is watching somewhere out there and is like, oh, you think this is dramatic? You think this is dramatic, bitch? And then they show me like a Dragula girl or something like that. I'm like, all right, but it's art, it's drag. Everybody will understand it differently. Okay, guys, so you see, I'm doing the contour. Oh, first of all, I'm doing this line over here because I'm gonna be wearing a wig, right? So like you don't have to really pull like all the foundation up here, because like there's gonna be a wig on top of it. So the least product you use here, you know, as long as it looks good, of course, to your taste, the better, because, you know, lace fronts get dirty. They get really, really dirty, especially for Twitch. There is really no need to go overboard with like a product over here, like on the top of your forehead. See how it's taking shape already? My face and stuff. Right now, I keep using the product, like I'm so like in autopilot right now. I keep using the products way before I even speak about them. I'm using the Kimchi Chic Most Concealer. This is the color Light Beige, which I think it's one of like the brightest colors that they own on the when it comes to concealer. So there we go. Dark circles, who girl? So the point of using concealer around this area is really to highlight this area. Like, if you're watching my video, probably already saw like beauty tips on TikTok or YouTube or everywhere. And like, you know, I'm gonna say every like 6 months, somebody will show up on your For You page and will be like, you are doing your concealer wrong. You're used to do the triangle, but have you tried the circle or the cube or the pyramid? And bitch, just do what works for you. Don't be afraid to try new techniques and everything, but like, you don't have to fix what's not broken. Ooh, okay. She's going somewhere. She's heading somewhere. What do I do with my face? Contour, highlight, and so what? I haven't gone to every step, but this area gives depth to your skin. This was all foundation. I would look like flat. So like this just doesn't just warm your skin, but it also gives some sort of dimension. I really like my contour like as sharp as possible, but we haven't gone there yet because like I need to cut the contour and also blend it a little bit better and give it a little bit more dimension and stuff. But we're gonna get there. And also in the bottom, because I have like double chin and my chin doesn't go like it goes like this. You see, like I have like a very prominent part over here, and this is not because like I gained weight or anything. Of course that helps, but like even when I was skinny, like my neck never went like you know, like chin, neck. Putting the contour over here makes it look like there's a lot of depth over here. And it definitely like sharpens up this area of your face so that the focus is like up here and not down here. You can bring this a little bit down. Let me just retouch a little bit of some moments over here, a moment over here, because we're going to powder everything. Okay, let's go. Powder, Benny, colorless powder. So I start powdering my mustache straight ahead because that is the spot where I get most like sweaty. I don't know why, don't ask me, but like I sweat a lot from my freaking mustache. There's certain areas of your face that you want to powder very well. And it's under your eyes, above the mouth, and up here on your forehead like this. Under your chin as well. Let me just clean it up a little bit. I keep changing my makeup processes, and every now and then I'll do things differently. I'm gonna carve out my cheeks. With the concealer, I made this much lighter line over here, and then you just like blend it. See how beautiful it looks? And then you powder it. Here you go. I think we got the base done. And then we go with powder to give more emphasis on the contour itself. To do my contour and stuff, I've been using the Trixie collab with Juno because these colors over here, the Pluto Root, Human Beans, and Moon Beach, are great to do like my face, to build up my face, to structure my face. So I go with the Pluto Root and a little bit with the Human Beans. And see, we got back like basically what we lost. And I'm gonna go here with the Moon Beach, which is the lighter color. And I'll do here on top. If they can blend a little bit better with my skin. See, we got a face again. And now we do it over here. Okay, now we have the structure of our face, but there's still a spot that I really need to work on before heading to, you know, more detailed things. I'm going to contour my nose exactly with the same powders that I used for around my face, so it doesn't like, you know, change the colors too much. Do this. Along the line of my nose over here. I gave myself dimension over here. And I'm gonna go with the Human Beans because Human Beans has a little bit more of a brown tone, brown hue, and I wanna still look like warm, and I still wanna look like the shadows have like my skin tone. We go over here, down here. I have to do this way so like it makes sense in my head, you know. My nose contour actually has probably been the thing that changed the most within my drag, I would say. No, actually no. Everything changed quite a lot. I'm lying. Streamer caught lying on their very first YouTube video. Well, currently I've been doing, you know, the triangle nose that you probably already have seen many times everywhere. So the nose looks kind of crazy right now, but we're going to work on it even more. Okay, I have this angled brush over here that, you know, has decades of products. And not only now I'm using the Trixie X Juno Pluto Root, I'm also using the Anastasia of Beverly Hills. I think this is the volume 1. Mama, let me just tell you very briefly that my life completely changed the moment I tried Anastasia Beverly Hills. Like the palette, the volumes, like the volume 1. I only have this one, they're quite expensive. But honestly, I understand why they're expensive. And I do this line over here. And then I kind of like blend it a little bit. See, we got a new nose. And we're gonna work more on our nose in the future. But for now, this is enough. I just want my structure right here so I know what I'm working with. And right now I'm using my Fenty eyeliner. She's getting kind of dry already because I used it a lot. This was a suggestion of my friend Shibi Ursa, if I'm not mistaken. I was using previously the NYX Epic, wait, let me read this. NYX Epic ink liner. Babes, it's like 10 euros and it's life-saving. It's so good, so good, so good. But then I tried this one and the tip is even more sharp and it has been amazing, but it's a way more expensive. I think this is like around 20 euros or something like that. I do this little thing to guide me. I don't know why. Maybe I should skip this step at some point. Drag. And let me just break down a little bit over here. I have a very voluptuous brow bone on my face, which means I also have very powerful hooded eyes. So what I have to do is I need to drag my eyeliner on top of my brow bone, which means it's going to land almost like in the middle of my real brows that have been blocked. So I really needed to draw them, and I shake a lot of my hands. I don't know if you guys noticed so far, but like sometimes it doesn't end up as well as I wish to, but you know, we do what we can with what we have, always. Do you see how crazy this is? This is my eyeliner. And don't you even come with the, oh my god, you look like Trixie Mattel, because we don't. She has her mug, I have mine, and that's my pet peeve. I'm so tired of listening to people going like, sing like a drag queen. Listen, it could be like the most femme fatale drag queen in the world, and they go like, oh my god, you remind me of that drag queen that I saw on TV. You know, Trixie Mortel, and I'm like, she has nothing to do with Trixie. Like, please. Some drag queens have to do big eyeliners. It's not our choice, it's nature. It was God that intended it this way. Can you get an amen? I'm going to bring up the Bright Matte by Beauty Bay. This is like a super cheap palette. This was actually gifted to me by a friend of mine, Inilex. She also streams on Twitch. She's a beautiful drag queen. She inspires me so much. And I mean, do you need anything else? I'm gonna go with this like lavender here, the brightest color in the purples. Also, one tip that I learned from Trixie Mattel herself, you're applying makeup on top of a glued down brow, on top of a color corrector, on top of powder, on top of foundation. Don't use it like you're applying it on your skin, because that's not true. So the way to put it is just like to pat, you know? Pat, 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 pat. Just stack as much powder as you possibly can. And now I'm gonna bring the darkest tone over here, the like dimension on my eyeshadow. Like this, and I pull it a little bit up. The lighter color again. I'm gonna use this like these two reds and apply it over here. Doesn't that look cool? On my last stream, I had like a person going like, oh my god, I really like your colored brows. And I'm like, these are not my brows. This is my eyeshadow. It's really funny to see how people like react to makeup and to like drag transformations. Cause like, you know, you may have a vision in your head, but it doesn't always translate until it's over. Now we're going to have a little break. You are so many minutes into this video already. If you are still here, comment down below and tell me, what are you thinking of the mug so far? What is your favorite part? If you have any questions, feel free to put it down below, because I will be answering them most likely, if I can, to my capacities. And drink water. Now we're heading into a interesting part, but also sometimes very frustrating, especially for new drag artists. Babies, let me tell you, my brows, my drag brows, whew. So like my brows are going to start where this shade over here, like this one over here, this is usually where your brows connect to on your real face, and that's why what you are kind of trying to do. You're trying to emulate a real face, but like as if it was a cartoon, basically. And as for product, I'm actually using my contour stick from Fenty, the one I used on my normal contour. I used to use my dark black eyeliner from England or my flash palette, my dupe flash palette that I used before to do the color correction. But it was becoming really dark. They were very, very dark, and I've been trying this new color and I've been getting lots of compliments on my new brows. So I was like, yeah, this is maybe what I should go for now, because they look a lot more natural, and there's like, it seems like there's like more dimension to it as well, because it's brown, it's not black. It's easier to blend and play with the colors that are included. There you go, we got one. This one is like a little bit thicker, on the thicker side, and we're gonna fill them with the same product. If by any chance you still have glue from blocking your brows over here, chances are is that the glue is going to start like melting and like crumbling, like doing little rolls, and that's really annoying. So that's why it's important to clean around your brow area after you block them. And even then, sometimes it can happen. It's quite annoying. Let me just tell you beforehand. You're not doing anything wrong, it's just like how it works. They're already kind of shaded, you know, but not exactly to my taste. So I go with a Pluto root from the Trixie cosmetic over here. Whoop. Like this, with this angled brush. And make them a little bit darker. Also, you just use the cream product, so it's always good to go with like a powdered product to set the cream on your face. Look how cool this is. Now they're kind of chunky on the end bits, but it's okay because we haven't finished yet. I'm using my Cryolan. Color is 070. I think, I might be wrong, but I think this is like the whitest white on the Cryolan paint sticks that they have. This is the TV paint stick. I believe this is the brightest one they have. And I use it a lot on my makeup to do like white highlights and stuff like that. For example, here on the bottom of my brows. And I kind of smudge it a little bit, make it look blended. I want to feel like my brows are a little bit more like framed. I'm using my Inglot eyeliner in black. This is literally the best eyeliner you could ever buy. It like comes in this container. Mine is a little bit like on the dry side because like I leave it open for big periods of time. If you want to avoid, like seriously, this is the best product you could ever find for black eyeliner. This is black. And a tip that the girl that gave sold this to me gave was when you open the lid, you could just like put it on a table like this. But I'm me, and obviously I forget about things very quickly. And yeah, my products kind of dry really quickly because I don't follow the tips that people give me. So I'm basically kind of framing my eyebrows. And this is like, sometimes it can be an easy process, sometimes it can be like a little bit messy. I usually actually do this before I apply the whiteness under the brows. I should have done that actually, but it is what it is. Now we want to fill in the eyeliner. I need to see how the eyeliner looks to continue for the rest, you know what I mean? I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys are enjoying the video, don't forget to like, subscribe as well. I have a lot of playthroughs of the games that I play on Twitch. That is definitely my favorite bit of my YouTube channel. Because, you know, we play so many games on Twitch that sometimes I even forget about what games I played previously. And I was like, girl, I really need to document this somehow. So that's how I kind of like brought life to my YouTube channel, just to like document everything that I've played on Twitch. One thing that I've been taught is that, you know, even if your makeup is not flawless, perfect, beautiful, Linda Evangelista, people are usually so in awe of everything that they are seeing that small little details most likely are never even noticed, like, you know, flaws or stuff that you have them in your head as insecurities, like, oh my god, my eyeliner is so wonky today, or like my lash is a little bit or like my brows are not perfectly symmetric tonight. Like, it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day people will be so in awe of like everything, all the effort put in your makeup. The first question that they will make you, that they will ask you is going to be, how long did it take to you to do all of that? And you're going to reply. But you know, like, don't be too hard on yourself again. So there's one thing that I need to do is like the little hair pieces, just a few of them, just to give it like more of a brow feel. And I usually like dip my angled brush, the one that I used for the eyeliner, to do like the brows, and I dip it like on the black and a little bit on the brown, and I come over here like this. Like, I think 2 are just enough tonight. I kind of made them like a little bit more separated than usual. Okay, now I go back on my Cryolan and I do this moment over here. And because of my brow bone, I cast a shadow, a very powerful shadow under my eye. And like the white and like on the corner of my eye helps a little bit to give like light to it, like a little. Dip this brush on the black eyeshadow and I do it like this, just to blend a little bit of the white cream with the eyeliner. And it just looks better. Like, I like to make like a bigger eye than I have actually. So I drag these, I emulate a bigger eye basically. So pay attention on what I'm doing. So on the inner corner of my eye, I made this dark line over here with my Inglot eyeliner, and I connected it to the eyeliner on top, right? And then I make a little corner over here, and this basically creates an illusion of a new corner of my eye. Obviously, everybody realizes this is not true, this is makeup, but I'm a drag queen, I'm not trying to look like, you know, a real person or like a real woman. I want to live my magical girl fantasy. I'm sort of like an anime bubble bath. And I put the white liner on my corner of the eye, like this. And I think it looks really cool. And over here in the corner, you kind of continue it. Okay, today I've noticed it, I'm doing it this really close to my eye. I usually go a little bit down, like this. this gray over here, the middle tone between the light gray and the black, and I go in the bottom of it again, and I give it a little bit more blending. It just looks really cool, guys. It doesn't really have a point or anything. I'm gonna go with this one, which is kind of like a middle tone from all the ones I've used so far. Like this. See how cool that looks? And I'm gonna do the same on the other eye. Are we loving it? Do you guys like it? Now, usually my eyeshadow, sometimes I'm like, okay, this is fun, this is good enough. But most of the times, I like to add a little bit more into it. And this gets like very adventurous sometimes because, you know, I'm not always lucky, I'm not always precise. I'm not a makeup artist, I'm just a drag queen. I like to play with my figures. And I do something like this into something like this. I like to go in the corner over here and give a little bit of an highlight. Right now I'm just literally playing with colors, shades, blending, gradients, and there's not really like a great explanation of what I'm doing, just literally playing with my makeup. And honestly, if you're not having fun with your makeup, then you're doing it wrong. So I have this white liner from Sephora. It's probably the best I've used so far. It doesn't crack like usually the other ones I've tried do. And I usually do it for like accentuate really white details that I want on my face. I'm gonna grab a little bit of brown from the Beauty Bay palette, which is a little bit lighter than the ones I was using from the palette on the Trixie Metal to give it a little bit more life. Also a little bit of the red, like that red moment over here. And I'm gonna do a little dot in the middle with my white eyeliner. Like this. Ah, so cute. And then I'm going with my concealer, the one I was using before from Kimchi Chic. That work on my nose again, over here. Especially in the inner corner. You're just making this part a little bit more lighter because you want it to be a point of focus. So I recently purchased the Trixie Cosmetics Summer of Love. We're going to use this one and we're going to be very generous with it and smack like a drum. And we're going crazy with it. I love blush. I freaking adore blush. Another thing that I like to do with the blush is going over the nose like this and do it like this near the bridge. Like this, and a little bit on the top of your forehead like this, and a little bit over here, a little bit over here. Because sometimes a lot of your makeup is over here and like your blushes, your eyeliner, like powders, everything is all over here, and then the rest of your skin is kind of like normal, and it's like it just feels a little bit off sometimes. Because of the blush, my cheeks kind of lose definition because all of the pink, the reds, or whatever color you're using. I'm gonna use this color again. She's looking so cute. She's looking like a little queen. Now, something that I love to do, I either do 2 white dots on my face, like very inspired by anime, and anime like has like those very bright highlights and stuff. I'm obsessed with them. So I either do the 2 dots to highlight, or I do like little stars Today, because I'm kind of getting into a rush right now, because I'm still going to stream after this video. I'm going just to do the little dots, and you'll see. Don't they look like super Japanese manga? I'm sorry, but guys, I love this kind of stuff. Just some really small like details that, you know, some people don't really see the difference, but for me it makes the whole difference. I think we're ready to go into the lips, which is like a fan favorite. Like, I think everybody always wants to see me do the lips. Lately, what I've been doing is I grab my concealer, go all over my lips, and I'm using the Trixie Cosmetics Stacy. I don't usually use stick lipsticks. I prefer, I much more prefer the liquid lipsticks, but I really wanted to try these ones, and as soon as they were selling on Beauty Bay, I was like, oop, mine. Because these are like Trixie iconic. So, because I used the concealer before, on the bottom of the lipstick, I feel like it helps making it a little bit lighter. I think the lipstick is a little bit more dark, but it's so much more easier for me to apply like this. And I really like the color that it's created with the concealer under the lipstick. Again, I'm grabbing the beautiful color E5, and here we go. Alright, this is the shape, I believe so. And now we're going to highlight and give a little bit more definition. So this trick with the corner of the lips, it was a trick that I learned with Deer on twitch.tv/Deer, D-E-E-R-E. She's a fabulous makeup artist, and it reminds me of anime and Sailor Moon, sparkly things. So what do we think? One last little detail. I'm going to put some little here, one here, over here. All right. I'm still going to apply the lashes on camera, because I want you guys to see these fabulous lashes that they were gifted to me by It's Me Holly, friend of mine. And look how gorgeous they are. They're huge. They are Matsuge. This is a lash designer from the US, I believe so. I'm using Tarteist Pro by Tarte. It is a black lash glue, and it glues like okay, make sure the corner is like glued to the corner of your eye. There you go. Oh, look how beautiful they are. They're so long and big. So what do we think? Do you love? Do you like? Okay guys, you've seen my drag transformation. Makeup wise, I'm gonna be right back, change into my outfit for tonight's stream. I'm extremely late, and my viewers, forgive me for being late to the streams, but we're doing all of this. There's a full production over here happening right now at this very moment. So I'll be right back and you'll see the final product. This is the final product, everybody. I am very happy with how the look turned out. This is one of my favorite hairs. This is one of my favorite dresses. This is also the setup for my Twitch live stream. We are just getting ready to go live right now, playing some Dead by Daylight and some Disney games. Once again, I want to say thank you, Elgato, for the beautiful key lights. They're illuminating me and making me beautiful and shiny and gorgeous and perfect. If you guys enjoyed the process, make sure you go check my Twitch channel. I will do drag transformations every now and then there, where you can ask me things live, directly, IRL. Although, if you have any questions, make sure you post them down below. Comment, like, share, do whatever you gotta do to make me a YouTube star, because this is my future now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!